It has been a long time. Hi you guys, it's Natalie here once again, and yes, it has been another hiatus. I know I promised I would stay on it, but you know, life, okay? But for y'all that's sticking by and wondering where I've been, thank you guys for keeping up. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, you see that I keep up to date on that, even though my life is pretty dry right about now. But I'm trying to do a little something, okay? Really trying. So, you know, I just finished celebrating my birthday, and in the next week I have nothing but tests at school, meaning that I actually have some relaxed time where I don't have to worry about planning for almost a month. And also we have like a week-long vacation. So I got some time to make some videos and edit and actually have my mind space focused on videos. So that's why I'm coming at y'all now. So thanks for waiting. So today I am going to be doing one of my talking videos. Talking videos are really easy for me to do because I just talk. Edit is really quick. It's not like I don't have to do anything too fancy, and I know y'all appreciate this anyway because I'm giving y'all real information, things that I know you guys want to know, like how to get a teaching job in Korea. So please take out a paper and pen because I'm about to list a whole bunch of things down for you. Why you want to come up? My baby, she wants to come up. She wants to join me when I decide to start filming. Like, she was over on my bed just chillaxing this entire time, and then I decided to turn on the light and she has to come up right next to me. Girl. First, I'm going to talk about the requirements, just the baseline requirements that are needed for all applicants to get a teaching job in Korea. Teaching job, okay? I'm going to talk about tips and what I think you should do in order to better improve your chances for you to potentially get a job here in Korea. So, again, get a piece of paper and pen because I'm about to lay it all out for you guys, okay? So, first and foremost, these requirements that I'm going to mention are required for both public and private schools, okay? So, public and hagwons. Now, it's not the school that is making these requirements. It is the requirement of the visa that they use to sponsor you your living in Korea. So this is the government. This is the government's restrictions and the requirements that you need in order for you to even qualify for the E2 visa. Because I get a lot of questions about, oh my gosh, can I just find another school that just doesn't require that? It's not about the school. It's about the government of Korea and the E2 visa that you need in order to come here. Okay, so these are what are required for your E2 visa. So first and foremost, you must be a citizen from one of these 7 countries: Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, the UK, or the United States. That is a baseline. It doesn't matter if you can speak English really well or if you're fluent in English, but you live in another country. You have to be a citizen of one of those seven countries. The only other leeway that you have if you're not a citizen from those countries is if you attended schooling from 7th grade or like your junior middle school time all the way through university, and you graduated from a university within that country. Those are the only 2 ways that you will qualify. So first and foremost, that is what you need. Second, you need a 4-year degree. It doesn't matter what degree. You could have a 4-year art degree, a 4-year English degree, a 4-year criminology degree. It really doesn't care. Just a 4-year university degree from an accredited university. Okay? Again, this is non-negotiable for a 1-year contract with it through an E2 visa. Now, let's say that you don't have a 4-year degree and you got, you have 2 years completed under your school, or you finished your community college, you have those 2 years done, but you don't see yourself continuing and you just want to come to Korea. There is another option for you, which is called the TALK program. The TALK program is it's kind of, it's run through EPIC, the EPIC program. However, the talk program focuses on taking you and putting you into after school programs. So the hours are not as long. I think you work maybe 15 hours a week. And the requirements or the length of your contract is not that long either. I think at most it's 6 months and you could renew or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. You could go onto the website and check all of that out. Again, you must be from one of the 7 countries I mentioned before, and you must at least have a 2-year degree, or you've completed 2 years. Oh my gosh, got this cat here all over the place. You must have completed 2 years at your college university. Now, one thing I do want to say is if you did complete your 4-year degree and you got a degree in education or a degree in English, you are at an advantage, okay? So the reason why I say this is because you do not need to complete a TESOL or TEFL certification. Okay, those are the only people that don't need a TESOL, TEFL certification. Also, if you're looking at doing private schools, many schools don't really require this. They like it, but it's not required for private schools. However, for public schools, yes, it is required. If you do not have a degree in English, a degree in education, and you're thinking about going to public school, you need a TEFL or TESOL degree. It doesn't matter where you get it. It could be online. It could be in class. It does not matter. You need to get one. It needs to be at least 100 hours online. That's the baseline, mandatory online. Me personally, I suggest that you do the in-class version because 1, it one-ups your resume, and 2, it does give you a little bit more experience within the classroom because you actually have to teach in front of those people. If you do the online class, I think the most that you do is create a lesson plan, submit it, and the teacher checks it, and that's it. You're not really actually physically teaching, and that within itself can be a stressor. And I think that me doing, I did both the online and the in-class portion. I got like 200 hours. Like I'm way above what I needed. But I feel like that helped me understand what was to be expected into in the classroom. As you guys may know, I did come through the GEPIC program, which now is no more. Well, come next year will be no more. It will only be the EPIC program that you could get public school jobs from there. However, the requirements are very similar, but with GEPIC, their orientation was very different. EPIC, when you come, you'll have your orientation and you'll get a little bit more training than I did. I came here through GEPIC and they were just like, welcome to Korea. Y'all, you're about to teach tomorrow, okay? And it was a lot. So my in-class portion helped me to prepare for that. So yes, those are the baseline requirements that you need, okay? So if you guys got all that, then good for you. You are ready to move on to the next step. The next thing, my personal tips. Now, I'm going to let you know that I cannot guarantee that you are going to for sure get a job in Korea from my tips, okay? I'm giving you tips from things that I did. I think probably the most important thing that you can do is to be prepared. Start your application way before they even open application period. Start your documents once you submit your application. Start your document process and stuff like that. Be prepared, because if you decide to go through a recruiter, let's say, you know, as you guys know, I went through Corvia. If you do decide to go through a recruiter, they're gonna want to know, okay, so you want to come to Korea. What have you done? Are you ready? Are you preparing your documents? Are you doing this stuff? Like, are you really in this? Because we can only help you so much. You got to do the work as well. You need to show us that you're working on doing this, okay? So you need to be working. You also need, if they fall out of contact with you, you need to come back into contact with them. Professionality. If you really want something, you send them a little message. continuous, don't be obsessive about it. You know, every few days, just be like, hi, so-and-so, I'm just following up with, you know, the conversation that we had earlier. I just wanted to know the process on the documents, blah, blah, blah. Please, I really look forward to your response. I will give you I will message you again in a few days, just in case I don't hear back from you in a decent amount of time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, be nice. Gentle, but firm. I remember going through that process, and I remember I was like, dang, like, I need to make sure that my application is flawless. My resume is flawless. My introduction video is flawless. I went in as strong as I could to ensure that I made sure that I can get a job in Korea, because I already knew that there was many things that were against me. You know, my size, I didn't really kind of fit the critique that they were looking for. You know, I'm darker skinned. I mean, people may say, oh, that doesn't affect you. It does, okay? Nobody's ever going to tell you directly that that is a reason, but you know, many of these schools never had a teacher of color. Many of these schools may never have had somebody who just looked different from like their regular, you know, cup of teachers that they've had in the past, and many of them are just not comfortable with standing outside of the box. So I know I made sure that whatever happened, I knew that it wasn't on my behalf. I knew that I didn't get a job because I didn't put in 150%. So I'm not saying that if you just do what I say that you're gonna get a job. You need to put in the work, and that is probably the most important tip that I could give you, is be as much as you can. Put in as much as you can. Give as much energy as you can. If this is something that you want, if this is something that you really want, you need to have it in your mind. You have to think about it every day. I was doing that. I was like, yes. People were asking me, oh, Natalie, you're going to Korea? Yes, I am going to Korea. I had no job. Nobody called me back. I didn't get any responses from any schools, but I was like, yes, I'm going to Korea. Okay. So be fully invested in this process, because it is long. It can be arduous. It can really dampen your spirits. Like, I'm never gonna get called back. Trust me. I had applied to Epic. I got denied. I had ended up going through Corvia. I applied with Corvia in like September. I had my interview with Corvia in October. During that time, the recruiters, they are sending your applications out to many different schools. It's up to the school to respond back saying, oh yeah, we would like to, you know, interview this person. I did not have one school want to interview me from October, November, December, January, February. 4 months, I had nothing. 4 months, I was in the dark. I really did not think I was coming to Korea because I did not hear anything. And at the last minute, out of nowhere, that is when my current school reached out and said, yeah, we would like to interview her. That was the only school out of all the schools that Corvia sent my information out to that responded back. So I'm saying you need to be patient, because if this is something that you want, it's not going to come probably. It may not come when you want, okay? And I am the symbol of that, okay? Now, when I was here for about a year, I decided to ask my co-teachers who interviewed me why they chose me. First of all, like, how many people did you interview before me? They told me that they had interviewed about 8 people. The 8 people that they interviewed varied in education, right? Some of them had a lot of experience teaching. Some of them, you know, had degrees in English and education. Some of them, you know, so I was going against some fierce competition. My co-teacher, she told me the thing that won her with me was my energy. if I were to give you any tips in regards to your interview, whether you're having an interview with Epic, if you get through to that stage, whether you're having an interview with a recruiter who's going to help assist you on this journey, energy. What is going to make you stand out amongst the crowd? They are looking at hundreds of thousands of applications, hundreds of thousands of essays. What makes you stand out amongst all these other people who want to come to Korea? Okay? The energy and the passion that you have behind it. If you only want to come to Korea because you're obsessed with K-pop and Korean culture, you know, they're not going to probably really look at you seriously, because what they're doing, they're hiring professionals. At the end of the day, you are working a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. You are working full time. And if you're coming and you're saying, oh my gosh, I love Korea, you know, that's good and all. That's great. The culture part is great, but what are you going to give to your students? What are you going to teach them culturally? What are you giving them? That is what they want to know. That is their focus. Because anybody could come to Korea, but it takes a certain person to be strong, ready to make a huge life change and move here. I highly suggest looking at your internal characteristics. What do you hope to gain from this experience? What do you hope to share with your students and with the people that you interact with? Think beyond culture. Think about how you are going to grow and learn as an individual, as a person, as a human being in these years that you may be here. That is what I suggest that you focus on, instead of, oh, you know, I really love Korean K-pop, I listen to them all the time, and I'm so in love with Korean food. You know, that's great. At the end of the day, Korean culture is amazing. I can attest to that. I love everything that I've experienced here. But you have to make your experience. You may be placed out in the boonies, and it may not be anything that you thought it was. You know, it may not be what your favorite K-drama shows show you. You may not be in Seoul, which a lot of people want to be in Seoul. You need to be able to make that experience, and you need to be able to be positive about life and ready, mentally prepared for a huge change like this. I hope I didn't offend anybody, okay, because I know that, you know, it's a little harsh, but that's how I say things, okay? I'm just trying to help you guys as much as I can. Those are my tips for you in hopefully getting a job in Korea. I hope that this helped you guys. If you or you know somebody who wants to come to Korea, please send this along their way, because then hopefully it can help them. And I wanted to break it down as easy as possible to make this process seem doable, even though this process is a good like half-year journey, okay? So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all of you guys. Good luck on your journeys, on your documents, on all that stuff if you're looking at coming here. And I'm sorry that this video was so long, okay? Anyways, love you guys. I will see you guys later. Bye, Fabs. Bye.